Hi there, my name is Nethergam, and today we're playing Pentiment. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. When we last left off, we were exploring the town a little bit to see how it has changed in the last 7 years since we've been gone, and I believe we are going to have supper with the Gertners. So let's go do that. See what they're all about. Now. At this time. Maybe we can talk to Ursula. That might be interesting, since she wasn't really able to speak last time we spoke to her. What's up, my guy? Endris?
Andreas, you're back in Tassing.
Yeah, I guess. Just for a few days. I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero.
Oh, yes, Brother Piero. What a talent with color. I'm sorry, Andreas.
He was a sweet old man. I talked to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey. I'm surprised Prior Ferenc didn't give you an earful.
That he did, but only as long as the scriptorium stayed open. Once it closed, I didn't see Brother Piero much.
I wonder if he lost a bit of his purpose when he stopped painting.
I would imagine so. He did love painting.
Yeah. Well, of course. What would we be without our vocations, Endris?
Oh, well...
I mean, if I didn't...
Oh, if I didn't have to swing a hammer and stand by a blazing forge all day, I wouldn't mind. I don't get paid enough to enjoy this.
Fair enough, I guess.
Still, work is work. Everyone needs nails, horseshoes, knives, and whatnot. That is, if the abbot ever gives me a chance to do work for myself.
Are you in with the peasants?
I assume what he means. Are you on board with Otto's cause?
I suppose is what he's asking here. Oh, are you in with the peasants, Endris?
Well, of course. Gernot has been running them into the ground. On top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there. Not anymore.
Wow. I hope things don't get bloody.
Bloody? No one wants that, Andreas. But we're not going to get anywhere by keeping quiet.
Fair enough. You have a good advocate in Otto.
He's a good man, and he speaks the truth. The whole town knows it. Even Leonard, although he wouldn't admit it. Say, Andreas, how's the married life been treating you?
That's a good question. I've been wondering that too. After you left here to return to Nuremberg, I assume you married that girl of yours, Sabine.
I did. Marriage is a legal requirement.
I did, I guess.
I hope the married life has treated you well. I still have not found anyone.
Well, I mean, what's her face? Somebody was interested in him, right? I can't remember who.
I fear it's never going to happen.
Don't bother. Really? Not a single person has caught your eye?
Well, when I was in Innsbruck a few years ago, I saw a real pretty girl at the market selling painted pots. I think about her sometimes, maybe more than is Christian.
Hold on, you need to go back to Innsbruck. I don't want to step on his... I mean, just seeing a girl across the street and obsessing about her for several years might not be super good for him. But this seems kind of cruel. Screw it. Hold on, you need to go back to Innsbruck and find that pretty girl.
What? Really?
Yeah. Life is too short to spend dreaming about the loves you could have had. Trust me.
You seem to feel strongly about this, Andreas.
But it sounds foolish.
Juvenile, you might say.
But it feels right? That seems so... This is a weird conversation. Does it? No, it doesn't. Alright, let's bring this back. You know what? You're absolutely right. Forget I said anything. Alright. Well, time to get back to work. The hammer won't swing itself. Until later. Wait, man. Sometimes, Andreas. Sometimes I try to just, you know, steer the conversation in a vaguely pleasant direction, and Andreas is like, you know what? You should go to Innsbruck right now. Like, put the hammer down and just go right now. Because you're in love with this woman. It's like, that's not what I meant. Oh, goodness gracious. Hi, Clara. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down to supper. Care to join? It would be my absolute pleasure. It's truly a blessing to have everyone back together again, if only briefly. Plus Casper. Keep an eye on that boy of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how he talks. Oh, how much he takes. See, he minds how much he takes? What, of the food? Oh, I suppose. Young boys eat too goddamn much. Peter, stop that. Andreas is our guest. Why don't you lead us in grace? Fine. Bless us, O Lord, in these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. We pray again for our beloved Christine, gone now these many years. Who? I don't remember Christine. Please help me protect my family in these difficult times. Through Christ our Lord, amen. 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 Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread? Can I say this in a way where only Casper will hear me? Kind of want to just tell him to shut it, but this is true. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing where in real life I might be like, hey, I'll explain later, but I don't think I'm gonna have that option, so. He should learn the way of the world. The Gertners can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Andreas, it's so good to have you at our table again. And with another guest. Is this young man your assistant? Casper, yes, he's my apprentice. Ah, that would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. I remember you did the same thing when you lived here. Yeah, it is kind of tragic that they only have their little pottage. All right, a little bit cheese, perhaps. Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas? Yeah, no. Let's try to keep Andreas as upbeat as humanly possible, despite the fact that he's a sour, bitter old man. Oh, sometimes when the mood strikes. Wouldn't that be nice, Jorg, if we only had to work when the whim took us? And we toil all day, and that despicable abbot is starving us all while he sips on his sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad. He's only just got here. Alright, maybe a little bread. The house looks, good. I'm not gonna lie if I don't have to. How have the fates been treating you these last few years? Oh, not good, apparently. Ugh. The Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid. That's one way to say it. Been miserable as shit all around. Maybe you should be resting, Grandpa. I don't remember Veronica being part of this family. But I guess she is.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do it sitting up at my own goddamn table.
The whole family's been ill, Andreas. Peter, his father, and Ursula with an
egg? Agwe? A what? I don't know if I've ever seen that word before. A-G-U-E? Interesting.
And me, well... Clara lost a child in childbed a year ago now.
Yikes. Don't ask that.
A tragedy. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, Andreas. It was some time ago, but, well, such things linger.
It was monstrous. Monstrous!
So that nothing done by the will of God could be contrary to nature, oh, Peter. Don't think about it. Just keep the conversation going.
What? Why? You're already thinking about it.
Thinking about what? Please leave me alone, just for a while. All right, just for a while.
Did Andreas lose a child? Maybe that's what happened.
Augustine, St. Augustine of Hippo, was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He's recognized as a doctor of the church and is most known for his works, The City of God, and his autobiographic Confessions, as well as his development on the doctrine of original sin. Okay.
Sure. He said keep the conversation going, so I guess we will.
St. Augustine says that nothing done by the will of God could be contrary to nature, Il Peter.
Pah! You seen him around here anywhere? I don't think so.
Tassian is no place for saints. Not even the Lord seems to look our way any longer.
That's why it's time for us to take matters into our own hands.
We're eating, not at the table. Please, can we not talk about this now? Jorg here was married while you were away, Andreas.
Oh, maybe he married. Oh, no, I guess not. Oh, no, right, she's called him Grandpa. Never mind.
Oh, really? To whom? To me, Andreas. Why else do you think I'm here?
Oh, okay, never mind, yeah. Okay, I was wondering.
I thought you just were visiting. Of course, you two make a good match. Jorg has been good to me. There aren't many other options in Tassian anyway.
It's been a couple springs, but I'm still not used to being married.
Do I want to ask that?
That might be a sore spot.
Yeah. Congratulations, Jorg. Or Jorg. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, Andres. It's been our one blessing in a dark season.
With children soon to come, I hope.
All right, let her bring it up.
What? I don't get it. Do you? Oh, forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas?
Whoa. Foreign patrons are fussy. Nuremberg is miserable. I'm busy with Casper's apprenticeship, so I don't have time to myself. No, I'm not saying that.
God, he's such a grumpy Gus. None of these are nice.
What should I say? My life seems so far from theirs now. Yeah, especially if you're a dung beetle about it. What should I say? Don't leave them waiting. I know. What do you mean I can't think of anything? Yeah, nothing but my miserable little problems.
They'll think you're rude if you don't say something. Nuremberg is miserable and painting a commission, but patrons are paying to be added. So it's taking ages to finish.
Spend a fortune. I don't want to say that. This seems like the least whiny of... I don't want to say this because Casper's sitting right there. That just seems rude. But this seems like the least... Like, oh, poor me and all my money. I've spent all my money on inks.
this is at least a slightly more relatable problem to have, that people are, adding more work to be done, which is something that at least they could theoretically relate to, if not my stupid, pompous job. Anyway. Oh, Nuremberg is miserable. I'm painting a commission, but patrons are paying to be added, so it's taking ages to finish. Ah, pah! I'm not interested in tales of your charmed city life. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick. But Mom, I'm still hungry. Here, Ursula, you can have mine. It's not fair that nobody else gets any bread besides Master Andreas and me. Stop! Ursula, give it back to him. Hey, it's just being nice. I'm not going to have people in this town saying we can't feed our goddamn guests. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. All right. Time to get back to it, Andreas. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later. My apologies, Peter. We don't mean to overstay our welcome. It's all right, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It was lovely to see you again. Yes, thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying for St. John's Eve? Are they color-coded in some way? Like, Veronica's name is in blue. Is there a reason for that? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Probably. I'm probably going to be in Tassie for the rest of my life, if I'm honest. Good. Hopefully we'll see you later. Until then. Compline! Go to sleep, I guess. Boy, this has just been a travesty from start to finish. It's very possible it has something to do with the choices that I have made up until this point, but why is Andreas such a jackass? Like, he hasn't written to anybody. He's not particularly nice to anybody. He just kind of complains about being a famous artist. Jeez. Oh, Amelie is still around. Saul, the first monarch of Israel, according to the Old Testament. Saul was divinely rejected from the kingship after disobeying the prophet Samuel's instructions. Okay, cool. The sin of Saul! The sin of Saul! Master, did you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Amelie. She's a mystic. She may be having one of her visions. Do you know anything about the murder that happened here 7 years ago? Sister Amelie, are you all right? Whoa! The Philistines! This is the hand of God! Compline! Compline! Sister, is something happening at Compline? Oh, Compline? It's Compline right now. No! Sister? Sister Amelie? Oh, hello. Hi. You're the artist, Andreas. Wow. You remember me? Yes, you were here when the Baron was killed. You've changed. Hopefully for the better. You haven't. God knows. Though, he reveals and hides at his will. He always knows our inner heart, even if we do not know it ourselves. I wish Father Thomas were here. Would you like Casper to go get him? If he could, yes. His house is just around the corner. Casper, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? Yeah, clearly something did not go well for them. My apprentice, Casper Ziegler from Salzburg. He seems eager to please you. He's quite enthusiastic, yes. I have little knowledge of the workings of masters and apprentices.
Oh. Oh! Interesting.
My world is one of spirit, decoupled from the march of life and death. I see and hear your world turning from this little window, but they are mercifully small glimpses.
Mercifully small?
This cell allows me to contemplate mysteries without the noise of the outside world polluting my thoughts. Your world is the world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of that world. I strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself to the will of God. When my will is His will, He graces me with visions, confusing though they may be.
I don't remember what that symbol means.
To join your will to be intimate with Jesus.
I mean, that's certainly probably a thought she has had. Would that create connection between us, or just be weird?
Surely it could be interpreted as scripture.
I don't love either of these, really. I don't think she finds it frustrating. Maybe confusing and scary, but not frustrating. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say this, I guess.
To join your will, to be intimate with Jesus as though He were your wedded husband. That is a bold thing to say, Master Mahler. Where did you hear that?
Why do you assume I've heard it? I have thoughts of my own.
Now, I read it in a book written by an English mystic. I had someone make a translation for me.
I thought he spoke English, but I guess not.
I am glad you have an interest in spiritual matters. But these are not words to speak lightly, nor ideas to speak lightly of.
Okay, clearly not as much of a thing in this time.
The revelations we experience can be terrifying to us and to those who witness us experiencing them. They are not dreams, but waking visions of the greatest divine forces.
I didn't mean to offer it you. I'm gonna say nothing.
Sister, is that hole in the ground your grave?
Whoa.
Yes, I dug it before Father Thomas read me my funeral rites. Before I was enclosed here, I dig a little more in it each day.
Wow.
Most people find it shocking, but this is my devotion, my vocation. Once someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk down to her way of life, that's for sure.
Of course, how could we do otherwise? We all find ways to stray, by inches or feet. We all have our own course to find through this life, but we all end in the same place. I just had to face this reality earlier than most. Is your calling in question, Andreas? Is your life?
Clearly.
Both, I think. I've lost my love.
Oh. Really?
Did she die?
Oh, never mind.
My love for art, my love for family, love for anything. The last 7 years have been hard. It was all too much for me.
God, you're such a whiny little... Okay.
Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is no small thing. It can hold so much. Augustine? Andreas, thank you for sending Casper.
She asked for you.
Are you all right, Sister Amelie? Yes, Father. I may have had another vision. I remember little of it. Master Mahler and his apprentice heard nothing specific.
Oh, that is unfortunate, but I am glad you all are all right. Andreas, Casper, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father. Good evening. God bless you both. Master Andreas, I'm confused. What did that all mean? I'm not sure, but the last time I heard Sister Amelie have a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. What? Do you think... Could Sister Amelie be receiving warnings? John received his revelation of Apocalypse on Patmos. It was a vision of Judgment Day. It's possible, yes. If someone's going to be murdered, how do we stop it? Yeah, I guess we just have to keep our eyes open and our wits about us. Come, Casper, let's retire for the evening. Is Andreas gonna get murdered? The second vision. The Golden Hand Inn is open. I guess it would be as an inn. I love that. Oh, that just goes outside. That's cool. Okay. Oh, look. These people are busy, but we got things to be getting up to. Come on, Casper. Bye, Schlau. What a stunning collection of wildflowers. Oh, okay. It's not what I meant to click on. I haven't checked at the Upper Abbey yet. We spent all day in town, but that's okay. I guess we can go check it out real quick. See if anything visibly is different. I'm sure everyone's asleep, but this is locked now, right? Yeah. Wow, that's bananas. But maybe everything's sort of locked at this time of day. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We'll go to bed. Come along, Casper. Whoop. A good artist needs a good night's sleep. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Yeah, go to sleep. Who cares about Casper? He still has the same little nightgown and cap situation. And now Casper does too. Good night, Casper. Sleep straight through matins. As is tradition. Meet Illuminata at the library. I sure will. Exciting. Did you drop this, Casper? No, I don't think so, Master. What is it? Is it a note? Oh, it's a note! That script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Did you write that? You were warned. Oh, boy. Warned? What does that mean? Warned about what? It has to do with the murder that happened the last time I was here. How? I thought they caught the murderer. They evidently did not, Casper, my dude. Yes, but it's complicated. Let's just head up to the library, Casper. All right, Master. Oh, good. Oh, man, what a nightmare. All right, we will head up to the library and talk to Sister Illuminata, and I guess we're going to see if we want to buy any of their books as a nice, rich patron of their, I don't know, bibliography. I don't know. Anyway, but I think we'll have to do that next time. Thank you so much for joining me. When I come back with more Pentiment, we will head to the library, talk to Sister Illuminata, and there might be another murder. Woohoo! Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one. Bye!
Thank you again for watching the video. If you'd like to see more from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live. I'd also very much love to hear from you down in the comments below.